How's it going, boys, girls, and squirrels? Welcome to the least relatable video I'll ever make. You know that feeling when you spend years of your life building a career off of yelling about anime, and then one day you wake up to about 30 DMs of people telling you that there isn't just one, there isn't just two, but 10 fan fictions written about you sleeping with various Bungo Stray Dogs characters? No? Just me? Interesting. So as many of you know, I've spent the last year reacting to the entirety of the Bungo Stray Dogs anime. And about 3 months ago, a video surfaced on YouTube titled The Love-Hate Relationship Between Danimata and Rampo Edogawa. And it's essentially just a compilation of my arc going from hating the character of Rampo Edogawa to eventually him being one of my favorite anime characters of all time. Which was super cool. I appreciate that people like my content enough that they want to go and make compilations of specific jokes or running bits in my videos. But then people started getting super weird about it. Out of nowhere, through no fault of my own, Danpo ignited into the ether. Fan art, fan compilations, thirst edits, angst edits, fan fiction all started to emerge. The Danpo craze had started to sweep the nation, or at least you'd think it had by the sheer volume of DMs I've been receiving about it. It has gotten so extreme that I reposted a clip from my Howl's Moving Castle reaction where I was thirsting over Christian Bale's voice in that movie, and I lost followers because of it. How dare you cheat on Rampo? I thought Rampo was the only one for you. The Danpo phenomenon has gotten so crazy, I'm getting people coming to my videos and commenting things like, "Oh my god, this is the guy who's been banging Rampo in all of these fan edits? Look at this tweet. Is this who Danimata is? I saw that fic in passing while scrolling AO3 and I was so confused. I thought it was like an OC or something. What do you mean he's real?" Danpo has gotten so powerful, people think I am based off of the fan fiction character Danimata. People are shocked to find out I am a real man. My life has been a whirlwind, guys. All of my roommates right now are concerned with health insurance, car insurance, and this is where I'm at. This is my biggest concern currently, and the worst part is, I kinda love it. This is the most chaotic my life has ever been. I'm getting people I never spoke to in high school DMing me and texting me, like, just trying to see what's up. And I can't explain it to them. My god, I don't even know what I'm gonna do this Thanksgiving when a relative mistakenly asks, "What's up?" And yeah, some of the fan art and fan fictions have gotten pretty damn weird. There's definitely a threat of inviting more of that, but most of them are very sweet, they're in good fun, and I'm nothing if not a cancerous pot stirrer. So I thought, on this, the day of our Lord, October 31st, Halloween, I thought I would fan the flames a little more, give you guys a Halloween special in the form of me reading some of this fan fiction. So from what I can gather, even though that original compilation video was the catalyst of the whole Danpo situation, it really started to blow up, and the edits and everything really started to come in with this original fan fiction, Till the Rain Stops. Not only was this the first fan fiction to be written about me and Rampo, but it was so popular, there is a sequel now by popular demand. So let's get into it. Till the Rain Stops by Peachy Pius. The sky was a muddy sort of green-purple, fading into teal, and matched the bruises on Rampo's knees. I'm gonna stop right there. I don't like that this is kind of well written. I've never been on AO3 before, but stop it with this quality. If I find out, if this like moves me to tears, I like don't know how I would respond. I'm fully expecting, like I've read some like Tumblr trash, some Wattpad trash fan fiction before. That's kind of what I'm expecting here. I think the biggest compliment I could ever be given, or like the thing that would truly shatter my psyche, is if I stumbled across like a Danpo fan fiction that was like genuinely beautifully written. Maybe that's this. Pedicor had made a home in his hair, clothing somewhat damp from the evening shower the forecast had neglected to broadcast. Who is Pedicor? Is that a Bungo character? Oh, well, that's embarrassing. Hey, you know what? I take it back. Let's reel it in with the quality here. Don't use words I don't understand in my own goddamn fanfiction. The only person he'd wanted to nag him, to kick up a fuss and cling to the sodden footprints he'd imprinted into the earth during his escape, hadn't even looked up. Instead, focusing on the redhead to his left. He was taken, but Danny didn't seem aware. Serves him right. Dazai would be on his ass for a week, poking fun at Rampo's misfortune and talking Chuya up, bragging about how his petty boyfriend was ethereal enough to catch even the most prudent onlookers' eyes. The insinuation that if dumped into the Bungo Stray Dogs world, I would have my eyes set on Chuya is absolutely preposterous. Not even Atsushi? Not even Kunikita? Do you even watch my goddamn videos? Danny was supposed to be different. Sure, they weren't dating or anything. The signs were there. Half-lidded eye contact, conspicuous gazes initiated by no one in particular. Naive? Maybe. Childish? Sometimes. But stupid? No. Everyone belittled him, infantilizing his struggles, because, oh, that's just how Rampo is. But Danny hadn't. The third time they'd been in each other's orbit. The second time they'd heard one another's names. The first time Rampo had caught a whiff of cedar and sage from the man's jacket when he'd leaned in for an awkward half-hug. Hey, remember when I opened this video and I was like, this is gonna be unrelatable to everybody watching this? Do you know what it's like to have somebody assume you're sent? That's the craziest part of all of this, is that I'm about to read like 4 or 5 fan fictions of people who've probably not met me, just assuming shit. And I don't mean that in a way that's like, you don't fucking know me. But it does make me wonder if, like, when I was at Colossal Con and I gave someone a hug, they, like, took a whiff and jotted it down and were like, good, that's going in the fic. He knew he lacked an ability. God knows he tried every method under the sun to obtain a skill set he could use to mark himself as special, ordain himself as one of the gifted. In the end, he had to accept it for what it was. Reality. Then, there were 2. Danny clambered into his life, powerless. The same brand of oh, what the fuck? I don't even get a special ability? I just fucking duped into the Bungo Stray Dogs universe? Well, at least, okay. The same brand of mundane as Rampo. No longer was he the ugly duckling. Alright, here's the thing about my skimming of these also. They're not all very nice. It's so strange to have a bunch of fan fiction written about you, which the implication being people like you and your content, and then for it to be mean. Rampo's phone gave a small cry. Just an email. That's fine. It's all fine. Because when he forces himself to his feet and wipes the invisible chars from his sallow complexion, they'll all see a smile. Oh fuck, oh whoa, easy. He'd do what was expected of him, as he always has. That's the only way for someone like him to maintain a place in the agency. I like how this is like this writer's outlet to just write like in Rampo's perspective. Like you're just using me. I'm just a means to an end here. Anyway, yada yada yada. Rampo starts crying for some reason without anyone there to watch. It was simply painful. A grown man sobbing beneath a monochrome sky. But a gasp brought him back to reality. Are you serious? What are you doing? Jesus Christ, Rampo, you gave me a fucking heart attack, and a broad back. Short brunette hair blanket by a gray cotton hoodie. Sharpie stained Converse. Alright, well now that's more like it, you know? Thanks for noticing. Danny? Wet footsteps accompanied by a warm hand on his chilled cheek. It would be all too easy to allow himself a moment of falsified safety, leaning into the warmth like a drowned dog. Yeah, obviously, but what are you doing? Why come all the way out here? I like how I'm an asshole. I want that to be consistent through all of these fan fictions. Nobody make me a dumb little soft boy. Rampo sniffled, trying to hide the rivets of water pouring from his waterline. Nothing. Just playing in the rain. You know how I am. His line of sight abruptly shifted when the same hand cradling his visage slipped beneath his chin, forcing him to meet Danny's eyes. You and I both know that's a lie. But yeah, I do know how you are. You're a great actor and a bona fide genius. I see right through you. Don't you trust me? Why run away when you could, I don't know, confide in me? Like you promised you would. Danny's tone was clipped. Okay, well don't fucking give me acting direction after the lines, my guy. The bastard was mad at him? Oh, no. Hop off it. You want to talk about acting? Playing dumb? Fine. You did a great job of it, stringing me along. Did you have a good time, Danny? Was Chuya as enthralling as you'd hoped? Rampo, I was just...
No, I don't want to hear it. To be honest, I'd be fine just forgetting. Just playing the fool like everybody else. But you have the nerve to follow me and...
His breathing grew erratic, pupils dilating with repressed hostility. That wouldn't stop him from ripping this jackass to shreds with a tongue like a whip. Just to what? Nag me? Newsflash, asshole! By the way, that's my line. How dare you give Rampo newsflash, asshole? I don't need you. Nobody does. People like you and me, side characters. Comic relief. Soon enough, they'll all move on, ascending the ladder while we just sit and watch because...
Rampo, listen to me. I was asking him to do me a favor.
Whatever convoluted story you've created has no basis in reality. Why would I be flirting with him when I have you? Pardon? Him and Dazai are the only couple I know. I was asking them how they worked out their weird bromance stuff, you know? You mean it? They keep fighting, I'm moving on, because God, I have no idea how long this video is already, and I have a few others I want to get through. Warmth. That's the first thing he registered. Quickly succeeded by the familiar smell of sage. I don't smell like sage. Can we put a shutdown to that rumor right now? I don't smell like sage, I smell like bergamot 22. Have you ever considered the fact that maybe, just maybe, I'm tired of being the second choice? Hell, if I were you, I'd choose Chuya too. Why am I out here choosing Chuya? Who's spreading this misinformation about me? Okay, fine. You're not my first choice. You're my world, my oxygen, my saving grace, my moral compass. You're so much more than a choice. You're a privilege. Nice, Dan. I knew you still had it in ya. Do you mean it? Always. That's all Rampo needed to hear. Because nobody was that good of an actor. The way his eyes saw... Okay, but maybe actors. Nobody? Come on. I know probably not me. But still, the way his eyes softened. Expression both tense and relaxed at the same time. So, do you mean... Danny cut him off. Do you even have to ask, sweetheart? Come on, let's get you into some dry clothes. And then a very well illustrated picture of Rampo and I a-samuchin in the rain here. So they walked, hand in hand. Not back to the agency where Rampo had to be everything he wasn't, but to a life where everything was as it was meant to be. Wow. Powerful stuff. More well-written than I thought it would be. Like, at least a genuine care for, like, the art of storytelling is present here. I think it's gonna get points deducted on the premise that Rampo thought I would cheat on him with Chuya. Just out of all the characters, out of anybody. No, I wouldn't. Dazai, maybe. Kunikita, probably. Atsushi, for sure. Putting me with Chuya is an insult to my character here. I can't believe there are people out there who not only think that Danny Mata is an OC, but an OC with eyes for Chuya. But regardless, like I said, clearly written in good faith, clearly, like, just somebody having fun with the whole Danpo situation. It was respectful, it was cute, it was very sweet. Not all of these are. Like Gummy Bear Sour Patch Kid Pizza by Skokolad 3Z. I don't know if I'm gonna switch costumes anymore because, my god, am I getting fucking hot in this thing. What is it, my little pumpkin pie? Poe asked. He loved seeing Rampo all worked up. Look at that guy over there. He's so sugoi. I don't know what that means, but fuck you too, maybe. Rampo pointed at an average-sized man with a hideous attempt at a shaved beard and a mop of curly hair. Oh, fuck you for sure then. Having beautiful hazel eyes that reflected and shone in the sunlight. Don't fucking backpedal now, dickweed. The handsome man, it's too late. The handsome man seemed to notice the attention he was getting, and proceeded to walk up to the two twinks. I just happened to be walking by and I saw you two. The man took a deep breath, as if he was saying something against his will. Lovely. Kwai Neko, boys. Rar. The man sounded so done with life. What is this just you abusing your power? Knowing that one day this video is inevitable and you just wanted to hear me say those words in that order? I've never seen someone as hot as you before, Rampo cheered, tugging harder onto Poe. Alright, well here we go, now we're talking. Poe wanted his blood to boil red, but he couldn't deny it. This man was cute. Not as cute as little E-kitten Rampo. This is so... something. Are you free tonight? Po spoke up, flustering and waving his hands around to convey that he was socially awkward. The man laughed in a very cute way, like those shit anime girl giggles. Did I laugh in a cute way, or was it shit? My name's Danny Mata, and I'm free always. Well, I'm not free always, I do things. He sounded much more lively, and his voice had a feminine hint to it. Did it? Po quickly took the note and bowed, and then him and Rampo were on their way to find a new wooden bed. New wooden bed? New wooden bed. Fuck me, and I can't even spell. I guess I'll just take my shit laugh and feminine voice and dyslexic ass and fucking wrap this video up already. Danny looked at them walk off into the distance. Both of them are so cute. Damn, I wish I was that much of a twink. No, I don't. I wish I was that much of a twink. First off, who thinks that way? Second, could I be any twinkier? I know what I am, I've come to peace with it. So Rampo and Po show up to my place, and I'm all like, so glad you guys could make it. Come inside, he said, probably twinkly. Three of them sat on the couch, Rampo fidgeting, Po looking very awkward, Danny eating some Lunchables. Yeah, that sounds about right. So, wanna join our relationship? Rampo asked, as people do. Yeah, sure. Danny replied with half of pepperoni Lunchable pizza in his mouth. No fucks given. Sorry, I meant, yeah, sure. Po began to cough, preparing for a speech, then spoke very clearly for Danny. Oh fuck, what is this? When you e-date me, you're under my dictatorship. What is this? What turn is this about to take? This is the final paragraph. Rule 1, no disobeying. Rule 2, always address me as daddy, sir, or mister. Rule 3, always show daddy what you're wearing every day, especially if you changed outfits. This is getting interesting. I did not skim this far. Rule 4, call more than text. Out of the question. No chance. I am a text boy at heart. Rule 5, be comfortable around daddy. Well, that's kind of up to daddy now, isn't it? You can't make be comfortable a rule. My dude, my daddy. Rule 6, be honest with daddy. Rule 7, have a back to normal safe word of my choice, which should be serious. Bad safe word. Don't make your safe word something that people say very regularly. Make it gabagool. Rule 8, only sleep with daddy on the phone. Okay. Rule 9, always text daddy good morning and good night if we're not on the phone at night or morning. If we're not... Okay, whatever. Rule 10, if something is bothering you, always come to daddy about it. Rule 11, if you cannot sleep at night or take a nap, call or text daddy. Sounds like I'm badgering daddy quite a bit, doesn't it? Sounds like a pain in the ass on Poe's part. Rule 12, if daddy says he's busy, it means he's busy and cannot call you but often can text. Rule 13, when asked questions, always answer yes daddy or no daddy. I feel like we can consolidate a few of these rules here. That seems like a given. Oh my god, punishment. Punishment 1, if daddy is in the mood when you break a rule, he will use you however he wants. Pics, vids, etc. And you have to obey him. This is getting a little... I'm getting concerned about who wrote this. I've never seen a contract like this before. Unless this is stripped directly out of 50 Shades of Grey. I guess like a contract's consensual. I'm just saying the writer of this has done their research. Punishment 2, if you disobey daddy, you will feel pain. Punishment 3, if you break a rule, daddy won't give you as much attention as you want. You have to win his attention back. No deal, Howie. There's no where's the reward section? Where's also you get frequent boops on the nose at request? Okay, I'll join your relationship. But only if you pay me for my Crunchyroll subscription. Terrible deal, Danny. What are you doing? You can get so much more out of this. You're Danny goddamn Mata. You got 10 fanfictions written about you. Danny said, drinking an entire 2-liter bottle of Pepsi Coke. Am I drinking Pepsi or Coke, my dude? By the way, I drink exclusively Emergency. I don't know what that says about me. It's definitely not more mature. I'll buy the entire Crunchyroll company for you, Po replied. Danny laughed, thinking it was a joke. But no, Po did buy the company later on because this white man is loaded. Oh. Alright, at least I'm a sugar baby. least I'm treated kinda right, I still wouldn't take the deal. If anyone wants to hear my thoughts about this. Now, it's also common knowledge among the Bungo Stray Dogs community that I fucking hate Nathaniel Hawthorne. And while I have grown to love Rompo and Poe and most of the cast of Bungo Stray Dogs, I will never like Nathaniel Hawthorne. It has nothing to do with the show. It has to do with I fucking hate the Scarlet Letter, was forced to read it, and forced to write essays about why the Scarlet Letter is good. Fuck the education system. But regardless, if this fanfiction was any indication, the Bungo Stray Dogs community doesn't too much care about what I think. So there is also Danny Cross Hawthorne fanfiction. This one is titled, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit," which leads you to believe this would be some real, eloquent, beautifully written piece. And I would just like to note, before I start getting into my shtick, the note at the bottom goes, "Haha, I don't know what I was thinking while making this at 2 a.m. So there's a clear indication that, chapter 1, how many chapters? Okay, just 1. But there's a clear indication that this was a bit thrown together. Danny's POV. My eyes opened slightly at the sight of the sun rays shining through the window. It's around 5 a.m. Good. Oh yeah, I'm always up at the brisk hour of 5 a.m. What? I like to arrive at the church before the service. I got out of bed as I headed towards my bathroom. I took my toothbrush before applying my toothpaste, rinsed it with water before I started getting done with my hygiene. Everybody taking their notes there? I hope everyone appreciated that detailed instruction on how to brush your teeth. I decided not to shower this morning since, well, I don't want to waste a second. That is also incredibly out of character for me. I waste entire years. Opening my cabinet, I took out some random-ass clothes I found. Just a plain white shirt with black shorts and some sandals. That is more in line with me. As I walked into the church, it looked quite empty. Of course. I came early. Why would I expect anyone to be here? I mumbled to myself as I scratched the back of my head. At that moment, I heard a cough behind me. A priest sitting in a chair, reading a Bible. Danny didn't look as pleased to see him. It's been Are we not in first person anymore then? We're just hopping persons all of a sudden. Okay, third it is. No, would you look at that? Do you happen to like to creep out on people like that, you douche? Danny states out of irritation. Hawthorne didn't even bat an eye. In fact, he couldn't care less about Danny's lack of respect towards his elders. So, Mata, did you repent the Lord? That was weird coming out of my own mouth. That was just strange. I've never called myself Mata before. Repent then, and turn to God so that your sins may be wiped out. The times of refreshing may come from the Lord. Nathaniel reads out. You can sense some kind of hatred in his tone. Are we in fucking second person now? That's crazy. That's borderline a narrative twist. Going from first person to third person felt like a mistake. This feels like an intentional fuck you. Come on, Hawthorne. Perhaps if you get that stick out of your ass, you might be fun at parties, you dick. Is this how people think I speak? People think I just bust into a church like, yo, where them nuns at, father? You're gonna have to start calling them buns when I'm through with them. That was one way to add fuel to the fire, Danny. You really struck a nerve this time. So it is second person. Hawthorne stood up. Whilst having a straight face, he looked down at Daniel. You underestimate me. You know I can and will punish you for all those sins you've done, Daniel. One way or another, Nathaniel coldly says. Despite the church sermon starting in an hour or two, Hawthorne was planning on doing some shit. I didn't even add that last part. That's just what it says. I do recognize that this is just chapter 1 of a story. However, it certainly got that 2 a.m. vibes. Going from first to third to second person is an interesting choice. Really hearkening to one of my favorite books, oh my god, I thought I have it by like the third The Fifth Season, that's what it's called. The Fifth Season also jumps around in tenses, or like persons. It's great. That's a genuine recommendation for anyone who likes reading. But that's the fan fiction. We read some that was written respectfully and eloquently. We read some that called me a little twink bitch. And we read some that shipped me with my least favorite character completely against my consent. We read a wide variety of pieces. But we didn't read the one in which I get pregnant. A little family, Oh, wait, what the fuck? This is by the same guy as the gummy bear one. This one's super weird. This is what I was talking about. If this video opens the floodgates to more fan fictions, don't have them be like this. I mean, you can. I just won't read them. I do understand, like, the point of, like, the goof. I get the bit of, like, making a fan fiction that's so crazy. I just won't read them, you know? I'm not gonna tell anybody to or to not do something. I'm gonna read this one just for the sake of, if I'm doing a fan fiction video, might as well get the craziest one out. But yeah, I don't want anyone sending me any future fan fictions like Danny gets impregnated and then kills himself. I can't imagine that's a super fun read for the titular Danny. Danny held the stick in his hand with a firm grip, feeling warm tears run down his face. 2 lines. His entire world shattered. Yeah, so did his fucking concept of reality. What do I have down? What's going on down? Yup, still a penis. Interesting, you know, I feel like that's really gonna conflict with some of the themes of this piece, but I'll go on. He was undoubtedly pregnant. He had loved Edogawa Rampo so much that they fuck on a nightly basis. And now, he has to live with the consequences of his own actions. He quickly threw the stick into the trash and went to the kitchen to make some breakfast. Rampo woke up shortly after, stumbling into the kitchen as Danny was about to set off the fire alarm with his atrocious culinary art. Watch your goddamn mouth. Yeah, I'm bad at cooking. Yeah, that's kind of been a through line of all these stories. You can either write a story where I'm pregnant, or you can insult me. I don't fucking come to your guys' house and I'm like, hey, dumb shoes, idiot. By the way, it's a girl. Good morning, babe. By the way, you guys like my Rampo voice? In my head, it sounds really close. Anyway, good morning, babe. Good morning, daddy. Haha, Danny said, his comically large sweat drop went down his forehead. Is this a sequel to the previous one where I signed the contract that I have to call him daddy? Because if not, I'm the daddy in this relationship. 0 chance Rampo's topping me. Are you kidding me? Why do you look fat? Rampo deadpanned and pointed at Danny's stomach. Thanks, Rampo. Also, how fucking quickly did I get pregnant? This all happening in a day? Is this my special ability? I'm pregnant, Rampo, Danny shouted, crying and getting onto his knees. Rampo's face darkened as the room turned into pure silence for 3 minutes, before Rampo tilted his head towards Danny. 3 minutes is quite a bit. That's a tough silence. That's a tough, long, awkward silence. This is great news. Poe can finally stop trying to suck me off once he sees that you're pregnant. Oh my god, Rampo exclaimed, then proceeded to eat an entire lollipop with the full force of Kirby. Danny stood up, excited and running around, full of energy. But wait, how can we financially support them? Danny stopped in his tracks, remembering the $10 million credit card debt they're in. What am I buying? In this universe, canonically, I'm living off of a diet of kids' cuisine meals entirely funded by Edgar Allan Poe. Because as we've established in the lore, that white boy be rich. I'll just blackmail Fukazawa, Rampo said, booting up his Switch and playing some really shit hentai game. You got, I get we're doing bits here. You gotta put a little effort into it, do some world building or something. Rampo started flying out the door to go to work, and Danny sat on the couch, crying and eating for the next few hours. Every so often, he'd smoke crack out of his and Rampo's special wedding bong. Dazai gifted it to them when they got married on the coast of Maldive in 1979. I know it was insinuated that I smoke crack. I know that I'm pregnant in this. How old do you think I am? The worst offense of this entire fanfiction is the insinuation that I am old enough to have gotten married in 1979. You think I'm fucking 50 years old smoking crack cocaine with my anime boyfriend over here? Do some fucking research. Oh my god, okay, that was either the longest video I've ever made or the shortest. I really truly don't know. But regardless, it was a video, and I did make it. My editor's either gonna have a field day putting this together, or be really concerned for my well-being and not want to work for me anymore. Or at least not respect doing it anymore. He had loved Edogawa Rampo so much that they fuck on a nightly basis. Now, he has to live with the consequences of his own actions.
quickly threw the steak into the trash and went to the kitchen to make some breakfast. Rambo woke up shortly after, stumbling into the kitchen as Danny was about to
Crossed a lot of lines today. Pushed some boundaries. But I hope you guys had fun, because I'm never doing this again. I am glad that I got to, linger in the Bungo Stray Dogs universe a little bit longer, at least before I inevitably end up watching at least a little bit of Juan or making a video on Bungo Stray Dogs Beast. But regardless, I'm happy to be able to put out another video that has Bungo Stray Dogs in the title. Because I do like this universe, and I do like this weird, rabid, insane community. Thank you guys for the fan fiction, stop it with the pregnant shit, and I'll see you guys next time.